Hi again, welcome back to our science session right now, and let's get it started. This is part 3 or the third session about minerals, and it will be the last session about minerals. It will finish everything about this lesson 1, which called How Are Minerals Classified. So let's get it started by some questions right now for the previous session. All these questions about the last session. Uh, First question says, is the way the surface of a mineral reflects light? Reflects light, it means it becomes shiny or more shiny. Yes, perfect luster. Question 2, we have here is how easily the surface of mineral can be scratched. Yes, can be scratched easily. Yes, it's second property that we studied last time. Hardness, perfect. Now, what the name of the scientist who classified minerals according to their hardness? We know the classification according to the hardness. We started by the hardest one until the softest one. What the name of this scientist who put this classification? Yes, perfect. Moose. Now, is the hardest mineral. Which one is the hardest mineral? Yes, diamond. Now, tell me which one is the softest mineral. Corundum, diamond, talc, or topaz? Yes, talc. Now, we have the last question right now. The same mineral can be different color. Sometimes it happens. You can find one mineral, but this mineral has different colors, but only one mineral. Yes, perfect. It's true. That happened before this course. Now, let's move for the things that we studied last time. We have here more and more minerals, different shapes and different crystal shapes. Also, we learned that there are more than 4,000 minerals, and we learned how to classify these minerals according to 4 properties. The first one, color and luster. Second one is hardness, and we studied them all, and we finished the first property and the second property, hardness. Right now, let's start by the third one, which is streak. Streak. We will study today the other 2 properties, which is streak, the first one, and the shape and cleavage, the second one, and totally there will be 4 properties. We'll study 2 properties today: streak, this, and shape and cleavage. We remember from the last time the color and luster, and we said that color is not enough because sometimes it happens. One mineral can be different colors, like quartz right here, different colors of quartz. So luster, we talked about the luster, and we have different forms of lusters: pearly luster, metallic luster, and glassy luster. And finally, hardness. Hardness, we talked about the hardness and the arrangement of hardness from the hardest one, which is diamond, and the softest one, which is talc. Right now, let's start today by streak. Streak is the color of the powder that mineral leaves when it's scratched across special plate. Teacher, what the meaning of color of powder? Which powder, teacher? And scratch, teacher, which thing is scratch? Special plate. Where is this special plate? Before you ask me about anything or any question, please just watch this video with me, and after that you will know everything about what does it mean, this powder, scratch, special plate. Let's start together. We have this video right now. Let's see.
For the streak test, you will need an
The name of this is streak test. Test of a streak, to see the streak of which one of all those, of this and the other 2 minerals. Right now,
glazed porcelain plate.
Yes, this is the plate that we mentioned right now. Here, a plate. Yes.
You will also need your mineral.
This is a mineral. Okay.
I have 3 minerals here that we're going to test the streak color for. The first mineral is, its color is gray. It is shiny, it reflects light well.
Yes, right now she will scratch this mineral by the plate. She will make a scratch by the mineral on this plate. So right now, please just 1 minute. Let's turn back to this definition: the powder and scratch and special plate. Until now, we watched the special plate, which is in white, and we will see the scratch right now, and we see the color of the powder on this special plate. Here, let's continue. Yes.
If I streak it across the plate,
Perfect. She streaked across the plate. Here we have the plate, and she made a scratch on this plate or streak. And this is the color of the powder. The powder.
I can see that it leaves a reddish brown mark all the way across.
Yes, this reddish brown mark, this is a powder that we mean.
So the streak color for this gray mineral is reddish brown. Here's another gray mineral.
Let's see
If I leave a streak with this mineral,
yes, perfect. This is another streak. Now we have different colors of streaks of different minerals. But if you have one mineral, I mean, if you have 5 parts of the same mineral, you have 5 parts of diamond. All of the 5 parts, when you make a streak, you'll find the streaks are the same colors of the streak if they are the same mineral. But if you have 5 parts of different minerals, you'll find 5 different streaks or 5 different colored streaks.
I see that it has a gray streak, black to gray streak. Third mineral, I see a white powder here.
Yes, she saw a white powder here. This white powder right here, it's a streak for this last one or this kind of mineral. So now,
so this one is clear to white powder and does not leave a very noticeable streak color.
Perfect. Now we have this is the plate, and this is a mineral, and the other one is a mineral, and this also is a mineral, and all of these minerals we can make a streak, and this is the color of the powder right here on the specific plate. Now this is the third property about mineral streak. Streak is the color of the powder that mineral leaves when it's scratched across special plate. Now let me tell you some notes quickly. The first note, now we have samples of certain minerals. So what the meaning of samples of certain mineral? I mean, if you have many parts, for example 3 parts or 3 pieces of minerals, but all of the 3 pieces of the same kind, all of them, for example from diamond, will leave the same streak. If you make 3 streaks by 3 parts of 3 pieces of diamond, all of them will give you the same streak because they are from the same kind. Okay, now, but remember, if you have the same mineral like quartz that we studied last session, it can be found in nature in different colors. You can find quartz in different colors like we mentioned before. Now streak. Now let's see, if I have a piece of gold, if I have a rock made of gold, this gold you can make a streak by this gold and give you a powder of a golden color, of the same color of gold. I have gold, its color is golden. If I bring this plate that we show right now, I make streak by this gold, it will be a golden streak. But sometimes, guys, what happens is the streak is a different color than the mineral itself. Maybe I have a black mineral, but when I make a streak, I find the powder of the streak is red. For example, I have all of these. I have this, the first one, pyrite. This pyrite's color is golden, a little bit gold. So when you make a streak by this pyrite, you'll find that the color of the streak is green to black, different, completely different from the color of the mineral. I have here what we call false gold. Here, this color is green black, or green to black. So different color from the streak of the powder from the mineral itself. Likewise, both of them, the other two minerals, this and this, they give you, when you make a streak, the color of the streak is different from the color of the mineral. Sometimes the streak is similar to the color of the mineral, like the gold, or different like these three examples. Right now, let's move to number 4. Now we learned everything about the streak. It's very easy. So let's go to shape and cleavage. Shape and cleavage. Shape. Each mineral has crystals. Yes, we learned from the definition of minerals. They are natural, non-living, solid crystals that make up rock. Solid crystals. So we know that rocks of minerals made of crystals. Yes, each mineral has crystals that are a particular shape. Particular shape means has a specific shape. So like here, fluorite. What the shape of the crystals of fluorite? So fluorite crystals are cube-shaped crystals. So corundum has a specific shape or a particular shape. Here, hexagons crystals. For example, shape, each mineral has its specific shape, different from the other mineral, but specific shape of crystals, the smallest unit of it. Like each other minerals right here, they have different shapes of crystals, but each kind of mineral has its specific shapes of crystals. Now you have to know that scientists must sometimes use magnifier or microscope to see crystals shape. Sometimes we need to maximize the size of the crystals to see its shape. So we use magnifier or microscope. So cleavage. Teacher, what the meaning of the word cleavage? Cleavage, mineral that break along smooth flat surface have cleavage. Oh, what these words? All these long break along smooth flat. What the meaning of this? So before I tell you everything or anything, please look at this video with me. Here the cleavage. Cleavage means breaking. When you bring a hammer or anything to hit this mineral, to break it, we can call it cleavage. But we say the word cleavage if this happens. Okay, let's stop here for just a minute. Here, yes, perfect. Look at this surface, guys. It's a long, smooth, flat. When this surface, after break this mineral, after breaking the mineral, if this surface is a long, smooth, flat surface, we can call it cleavage. If the surface is different than this shape, not a long, smooth, flat like this. No, if it was a irregular shape, we can call it something called a fracture. But if it was a long, smooth, and flat like this, we call this cleavage. This kind of break is cleavage. Okay? Right now, let's see. Yes. All the parts are smooth and flat. Along smooth and flat. Along smooth and flat. So, all of them, what happened here? What happened here is cleavage. This is the fourth property of minerals. Perfect. This video, yes, this video exhibits us everything about this word, cleavage. Now let's see what the definition of cleavage: mineral that break along smooth and flat surface. The form of the break is smooth and flat, along smooth and flat. Remember it, please. So now we finished all the properties, but finally we'll give you other minerals properties. So two minerals are like pyrite and magnetite. What the problem with magnetite and this pyrite? All of them can be attracted to a magnet. Yes, if you have a magnet right here and you try to attract the pyrite and magnetite, they will be attracted to this magnet. And in addition, this magnetite, it can also act as a magnet itself. This magnetite, it can attract the other metals, so it acts as a magnet. So here, this is another property, but for some minerals. So we have here pyrite and magnetite. They are attracted by magnet, can be attracted by magnet, and also magnetite, the second one, can actually be a magnet, can act as a magnet. So let's go to the next property. We have here something like gold and silver, and copper can be shaped or cut. What the meaning, teacher, of can be shaped or cut? We can make any shape from them. We can cut them to make different shapes. Like, don't laugh, this it's PlayStation controller. Yes, it's made of gold. So we can shape it into any shape we want, or can cut it to anything you want to do. So the last property here, scientists can use chemical tests to identify some minerals. For example, if you drop vinegar, chemical test means if you bring in chemical substance. By the way, vinegar is considered as a chemical substance. So because its scientific name is acetic acid, so vinegar is considered as chemical substance. It can make chemical reactions with different things. So right now we have vinegar. If you put it on a mineral called calcite, it gives you bubbles. Bubbling will occur. It gives you bubbles of gas. You can see it by your naked eyes. This is the end of our session today, guys. I wish you all the best of luck, and finally let's remember what we talked today. Here we have the third property we learned, streak. If you have a specific plate and you have powder, and we watched this video about it, if you make a streak here, right here, like this here, all of these streaks of powder, this was the streak test. And after that we talked that sometimes the streak is the same color like the gold, or different color like the others. We learned that we have shape and cleavage, and we talked about the shape. Each one has its specific shape of crystals. So, and finally we talked about the cleavage. How can I say this is cleavage? When you break along smooth surface. Yes, let's go. We have here the last one, other mineral properties. We talked about it. We talked about magnetite and pyrite. We talked about gold, silver, and copper. They can be shaped or cut. And finally, we talked about the scientists can do a chemical tests. This chemical test, for example, when you put vinegar on calcite, it gives you bubbles, or bubbling will occur. Thanks so much for watching this video. Thanks so much, guys. See you next time, or next session next week. Goodbye for now.